ろそろオラとやろうぜ。よくもここまでやってくれましたね。おめえは悪いやつじゃねえ。オラにはわかるんだ。
あいつは戦いたくて戦ってるんじゃない。
まだ上があんのか。
これは遊んでいる場合じゃないな。そっぱい
やるぞベジータ。
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. New Dragon Ball trailer, we gotta break it down. I know there's a bunch of rumors about different forms that they take. There's a big Gogeta rumor. It seems like the end of the trailer is implying that. We'll break it down shot by shot, but this animation is looking fantastic. This is way more polished than the previous trailers that they've dropped. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're just getting started with Dragon Ball stuff. The movie isn't dropping till December in Japan, middle of January most other places. But be sure to check the movie listings in your home country because it's not the exact same day every single place in the world. Love the way that Broly calls Vegeta out. Vegeta just screams as he's going after him after they've already powered up through a couple different forms. So the way they cut the fights up is a little jarring, so obviously it's probably a linear progression of them just powering through forms and just finding out that Broly just keeps going, like there's no end to how powerful he gets. They cut it with those different cards saying it's time for a new story of the Saiyan warrior race told through combat. It's almost like they're retelling the complete story of the Saiyans in a single movie because you keep flashing back to a young version of Frieza destroying Planet Vegeta. I know a lot of people have commented that in the original Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods movie, they actually told a story that Beerus was responsible for Frieza destroying Planet Vegeta. At the beginning of the Dragon Ball Super run, there were a couple Beerus scenes that made it a little confusing as to whether or not that original story was still canon or not, so we'll just see what the movie has to say about Beerus's potential involvement in what Frieza did destroying Planet Vegeta. But that's why you open up immediately with Goku going Super Saiyan Blue in that crazy explosion. So that's probably after he's already fought him in regular Super Saiyan mode. You see him later at the trailer flying at Broly and Broly just laying him out. That's probably what leads him to go Super Saiyan Blue. But the first Vegeta shot that you get is of him in Super Saiyan God mode getting laid out by Broly. Then you see him react, you get a flashback shot of young Frieza calling in the shot on their homeworld, it blowing up, and then sort of juxtaposing their different stories. I like the way they make it seem like it's destiny, that they all have to fight. I know there's a lot of questions about how old they are because in the original version of the story, all the characters aren't the exact same age. Like this version of Goku leaving the planet is a little bit older than he was in the original story. You get the flash forward to when they first start fighting and you see Broly standing up on the mountaintop and Goku saying, "I think it's time that we fought." You see Broly wearing his control collar. They did confirm that that's a thing during the movie, because when Paragus finds Broly initially as a small child, he's so uncontrollably powerful. The reason for the control collar seems like it's more just to give him a normal, livable life. Otherwise, his power will be too much for him to handle. I love the shot of Vegeta smirking at Broly. This may be when they first start fighting. Whether or not Broly finds out who he is immediately or after they've already started powering up through their fight. Because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of words that are exchanged before they start throwing down. It looks like Broly fires that shot right out of his mouth before he's even powered up to Super Saiyan mode. I'm guessing that Broly does have a lot of the similar forms that Goku and Vegeta have, just they're using the green energy to distinguish him on screen. The way they use color is great, but usually you associate that green color with legendary Super Saiyan mode. But the energy that Broly gives off is the same throughout most of the trailer. The only way you know which different form he's in is by the color of his hair. It's not really until his hair turns green and his shirt gets all ripped off that you know he's gone legendary Super Saiyan. The funny thing about this scene is Vegeta goes Super Saiyan God mode, punches him right in the face, and Broly eats it like it's no big deal. The reaction on Vegeta's face is priceless. You see an explosion in the sky from one of those corresponding fights. He grabs Goku, who's already gone Super Saiyan God, and just slides him along this glacier here like it's no big deal. It sounds like it's Broly who's the one saying, "You dare push me to these links, do you?" Just implying as he's powering up through forms that it's never going to end, like he's eventually going to push himself past the ultimate limit, which as they imply in this movie is legendary Super Saiyan, even though we saw Ultra Instinct during Dragon Ball Super. Most of the comments that the production crew have talked about when talking about Ultra Instinct imply that they're not going to do it during this movie. You finally see Gold Frieza enter the fight. This could happen a little bit later. You don't really see him during many of these other fights. Like initially it just seems like Goku and Vegeta fighting him. We know a little bit about Frieza's backstory because you see all the Saiyans with King Cold back when he was young before he destroyed the planet. So I've already explained a little bit about the plot of how Broly winds up in the Frieza Force because he's stranded on an alien planet while they're busy destroying Planet Vegeta. So he only comes to it later and doesn't know anything about what Frieza has done. You get a new shot of the Dragon Balls, Shenron. It'll be interesting to see what the wish is during this, because usually the big twist is when there's this insurmountable fight, is that someone sacrifices their life, then they get brought back to life through a Dragon Ball wish. We get a new shot of Piccolo, of Beerus, of Whis. We get a couple new full frontal shots of Goku in Super Saiyan God form. The dialogue sounds like Goku talking to Broly, "You ain't a bad guy, I can tell." This is them trying to humanize Broly a little bit more instead of just being the green Hulk rage monster that he was during the original Broly movies. That's why they flashed the card after that says "A New Tale," as in we're doing a slightly different story. This shot is of Limo and Chilai saying he's not fighting because he wants to fight. They're probably talking about Broly. Hard to tell which planet they're on when this is happening. This could be happening on planet Earth in the Arctic area where the rest of this battle is, or this could be earlier in the timeline when they first find Broly, because these are the two characters in the Frieza Force that find Broly and Paragus on the alien planet and bring them to Frieza and induct them into the Frieza Force. As we get through the last part of the trailer, things start to escalate. Goku has gone into Super Saiyan Blue mode. Broly is in full Super Saiyan mode. He's got the yellow hair, which is why I'm thinking this is supposed to be his version of Super Saiyan. You get that very teasery line of dialogue. You've still got even more. You see Broly erupt with all these different explosions going on around him and this green energy coming off. This might be while he's powering up to legendary Super Saiyan, because it seems like they're intercutting this with an earlier part of the fight where they're both in Super Saiyan Blue mode fighting Broly. Then this is probably my favorite shot from the trailer, when Vegeta's like, "Damn it all," and they both go at the same time in Super Saiyan Blue mode. So obviously they're using slightly different colors of energy. I love the yellow and blue here together. But for those of you that are expecting Gogeta during the movie, and there are a couple bits of evidence that they might include it, this moment seems like it's building towards a Gogeta fusion, as in like they both power up through their different forms. Super Saiyan God mode, Super Saiyan Blue mode isn't quite enough to take Broly down because he keeps powering up as well. You finally have them both working together in one of their most powerful forms. That might not still be enough to scratch Broly. So maybe they go fusion, and I think, the big reaction that a lot of fans are hoping for is that in Gogeta form, they still get their ass handed to them by Broly. It's still not enough, because canon or not canon, they have never been defeated while in Gogeta form. So it would just be a really cool moment if they go fusion and Broly still kicks their butt. But then either after they blast him or after this earlier moment here where you see him erupting green energy, Broly goes full legendary Super Saiyan and they end the trailer as he flies into frame. Everybody let me know in the comments what's your favorite moment from the trailer, and do you actually think that they go Gogeta during the movie? Leave all your requests for Dragon Ball videos in the comments, click here to rewatch the other movie trailers, and click here for that brand new Captain Marvel teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.